Hello, everyone.
What up?
Welcome back to another episode of Insert Subject here. I'm Makia.
I'm Anthony.
And this week we are going to catch up on stuff we missed, namely the VMAs, the Emmys, and some other hot topics.
Everything.
So settle on in and let's get this party started.
Ooh.
So how are you today, Anthony?
I'm pretty amazing. How about yourself?
I am doing all right.
Okay.
Want to know what will make me better?
What will make you better?
Housekeeping. Be sure to subscribe to this page. That'll get you a smile. Be sure to like this video. It'll make me smile for a while. And make sure you keep the conversation going in the comments section below. That's smile after mile after mile.
Oh. Smile at the mile. At the mile.
Remember the 5 Mile House?
Yes.
Well, anyways.
Random.
That's
but
so
okay.
random. So, how you want to kick us off this week?
So I'll start on a somber note. Jesus have mercy. Michael K. Williams. Most people know him as Omar from The Wire. I know him from The Night Of. He was amazing in The Night Of. He was also in. I forgot that he was in this. The few episodes of Lovecraft Country. Ooh.
Hey, Tom. I think we're probably about 3 minutes in. Doesn't look like it's going to go well.
Lovecraft Country that we watched. He was in that. The Joe Budden podcast did an amazing tribute to him because I didn't know him and Joe Budden knew each other so well. So they were both at the same church dealing with the same drug addiction at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow. So he, his point of reference when he was speaking about Michael K. Williams was from a very, very personal place. And it was, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. It was really, really good. I think the major thing that the takeaway from how they announced his death that I didn't like was when the media initially, like I want to say within 5 minutes of me finding out he died, the New York Post had posted that they found drug paraphernalia in the room with him. And I just wanted to say this. I don't think there's anybody that goes out seeking fentanyl to get high off of.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So for a person to die from fentanyl, I don't consider that an overdose. Mm-mm. Like that's not to me, and this mimics what was said on Joe Biden's podcast. But I felt this from the very beginning. If I take drugs that's laced with something, you can't consider that an OD. You got to consider that I took contaminated drugs because I didn't take a crazy amount of this banned substance. Just so happened to be mixed in. So for all the people, I don't judge people here. But
then some people don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like, no. I mean, like some people do want it mixed in. Because there are some people that take Miley Percocet. Like you want to mix stuff. So there may be people that do lace their weed with fentanyl. So they didn't know. And I'm not saying that this is right, but you never know what people are doing and where people's minds. So they might have initially thought that he knew.
That's tough. But to all the people, it's no judgments on it ish, whatever you do is what you do. I simply say, if you're going to take drugs, be careful because I just found out they're mixing fentanyl in the weed now. So they're crushing it up and putting it in the weed you're smoking and you don't know. Like just, you do what you do, but just be careful, please. That's tough.
Yes.
It's a tough place to be in. Now Ezel, because you can't leave Ezel while we're on this bad road.
My neck, my back, my neck and my back.
AJ Williams is his name. Rest in peace. Then we found out about him today. That's sad. That was a very prominent scene. Mm-hmm. Like that, still classic to this day. I still laugh.
Yeah, and wasn't he was on House Party too? Wasn't
he was in House Party. Yeah, he was. Mm-hmm. Way back in the day.
Way back.
Only 55 years old. That's
a shame.
Seize the day. Sivako.
So I would like to talk about the VMAs.
Ooh.
Now, let me say that award shows have not been being my favorite. When they started doing like the whole select invite only and masked up and all of that stuff, I was like, just don't even do it. They had done some virtual shows and all that stuff. Now, let me tell you something. if you've been rocking with Ish, then you know I really like extravaganzas for my eyes.
Indeed, she does.
And the VMAs gave me that. I like pulled up and copped a squat. I was ready to watch. And I mean,
is that you pulling up and copping a squat?
Yes. Now listen, we were on vacation, which we'll get to in another episode when the VMAs dropped, and I was in the park, like, because we were in Disney, and I was like, what time is the VMAs?
She was like, so we get off this ride in the next 10 minutes, we can make it back to the Disney transportation to get back to the hotel to be showered and in the bed watching the VMAs by 8. I was like, never would have made it.
So I will say that I came in late, but he had already taped it on Sling, and I knew YouTube was going to have everything. Hey, YouTube. So a few things that I do want to talk about. First of all, Doja Cat's performance.
Doja's.
I am a big fan of Doja's. Doja's is my girl. And she did an aerial performance with lights going around. And her performances, to me, never disappoints. And she actually, I don't care what anybody, I don't give a ish. I really like the feasting of the eyes. And she did a super dope job.
She did well from what I saw.
Until she got to that second part where it was the whole performance piece. And then I was like,
Oh, so you don't like liturgical dance, huh?
Now, some things... Oh, I'm gonna give you a good hand. Like, I have seen some very good performance pieces. However, Doja's, I was like, it was like you took me from here.
It was interpretive. She was doing her little caw.
And you know,
I liked it.
I guess I just don't have a refined palate that is conducive to such extraordinary
fineries.
Yeah, that's just not me. So I mean, I can appreciate where she was going at it with the tug of war between the person that she was with and the person that she loved. But Chloe's performance, she gave me 20 shades of baby Beyonce. Now let me tell you something. The first time I watched the performance, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. But recently, things have been growing on me. And over time, the performance grew on me. Like, I watched it about 3 times.
I had to look up how old Chloe was. I enjoyed the performance.
To me, at first, it was like she was doing too much. Like, I was like, no. But then I remember when I danced and the strobe lights hit me.
And you have to be exaggerated. Like, you're in Beyonce's shadow. And you know Beyonce go, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You was in the whole music video.
I was just now.
Beyonce goes super hard. So, I mean, you got to kind of keep up with that energy. And I think she did so very well.
I do agree. She did. She kept up. At first, I was like, she's doing too much. She's going too hard. But she was feeling it. You could tell she was in her zone. And I loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved it. Mm-hmm. Yay, Chloe. I can't wait to see what comes next. And... you may not agree with me, and I don't give an ish.
Well, apparently you don't.
But Lil Nas X done grew on me. I'm going to call him Big Nas X. I have listened to his album, Montero. He is like pop rock. First of all, let me get into the performance. So the performance, as you can see, that is playing. It gave me all the pink, the vibrance, and he came out with a marching band, bang, bang, hey, couple racks, hey, oh yeah. I was like, Montero. And then he did the whole little, of course, the little jail scene and all of that, and just the beauty of it all, because I like the feasting of his eyes. I think he did a great job. And I know he likes to push the envelope. And at first I kind of was like, I don't know where we're going to go at with this. But he has already grown on me.
Like, I walked in back in the house and she was listening to his whole album, like, through the house. And listen, I don't knock him for who he loves. That's not my point. My point is this. Listening to his music, I don't like his music, period. Regardless to what the subject matter is, or I just don't like his music. Like, none of his music resonates with me. So I think I miss it.
And I can totally get behind that, because you have to be in a certain frame of mind and space, because his whole album, and I invite you to listen to it and then come back and let's talk about it in the conversation, in the comment section below, because his whole album goes on. I'll take that.
Conversation. Back to you, Tom.
His album is for different feelings and emotions. If you just want somebody to just bump and go because you ain't here for no more, then that's what you listen to. Like, he has songs for that. And he has songs for, I want someone to love me.
She has sang that song so much that it was stuck in my head. And yesterday I was cooking my world famous butternut squash soup, and I kept singing it. And I was like, I can't do this. As you can see, she doesn't care.
I listen. He surprised me, because I was like, this album is going to be a flop, because, hey, Panini, don't you be no meanie. I didn't get with that. I didn't get with the Old Town Road. But I really have to say, yeah, he did pretty good.
She only sung 3 songs. Speaking of,
I got some more, but I'm not done.
Go ahead. Oh.
Normani. Now, everybody knows Normani was an late addition to the VMAs. And can I just say, I know she was late, but you're supposed to have like some stockpile performance pieces.
You don't know what you performing though.
But listen, how many Beyonce concerts have we gone to?
And you how many Beyonce concerts have we gone to and Beyonce found out at the last minute she was performing?
You supposed to stockpile some things. Like, if somebody's saying, McKay, we going to karaoke tonight?
She going to flip through the book for 5 hours to find the song she knew she was going to sing 5 hours ago.
Incorrect. I'm going to feel the crowd out. And that's going to drive my piece. However, I got 6 loaded in the chamber. I got 6. So Normani gave us another version of her music video. Which was the
music
same.
Video light.
It was the same. It was the same until she got to the end. And though I do love her dancing, it seemed like her performance to me fell a little bit flat, because everybody had these like upbeat songs, and then when you got to her,
that's tough, because I thought the song was soft from the very beginning. Like, I didn't have to see it against anything else, but I think it was hitting for a while. People liked it. People liked the spin on 1 in a Million. People liked the but her voice was still soft on the song to me.
And I totally agree. But like, for the summer, you supposed to have a banger. You supposed to save this until it's cuffing season, and then you put that out, because then people like, you want to cuddle up. But in the summer, you need someone to love me. So that's like.
Did that song just come out?
It did. But the point that I'm trying to make,
see where it is in a couple months. Go ahead.
But like, when you have all these like Camila Cabello, I don't know how you say her name. I don't know.
Oh, hey Tom, but she still tried it.
I did. Whoever the girl is that left Fifth Harmony to make it Fourth Harmony now. Like, when you have these people that have these energetic performances, and then you just come in with a Adele performance that is just, it's very soft like this. It just.
Did you really just call it? Okay.
Because Adele always sings. She didn't have anything real upbeat. But let me tell you something, Adele. You go, boo.
Rich Paul.
You better go, boo.
Salute, King.
I like it. Speaking of, go ahead, Jeezy. You done knocked up Jeannie Mai. Whoop, whoop. I'm here for it. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Jeannie Mai.
Jeannie Mai.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I don't know much about Jeannie Mai, Jeannie Mai, Jeannie Jeezy, Jeannie Jenkins. I don't know much about her, but I remember watching the tail end of something you watched about her, and it said she didn't want to have kids with her ex-husband, and that's why they got a divorce.
Yeah, she was very adamant, and she was actually, which surprises me, she was baby shamed, like, because she did not want to have a baby. People were saying, but you're a woman, why would you say that? Because she was adamant about, I don't want kids. She just didn't feel that whole motherly call.
But then you get with Jeezy and you feel a whole motherly call to.
But what I have to appreciate is what we may not know was they might have been having issues in their marriage, and she might not have wanted to bring a child into that situation.
So say that.
No, everybody don't need to know your business.
But we know her business about not wanting to have a child with her ex-husband because she went on her show and said that.
She just said, I don't want to have kids. And her husband, at the time, he agreed. And then he later on changed his mind and said he wanted to have kids. And she was like, yeah, I don't want to. But she might not want to put him on blast and say, yeah, you're abusive. I mean, not to say that he is, or you're a liar, or you got alcohol addiction or something. I don't know. She may not have wanted to put him on blast.
Well, now she got a baby in the oven.
Yeah.
Got a bun in the oven and a baby in the crib.
Cause she need someone to love. Okay. Go.
She need to learn how to place more attention on what she values, like little baby needs to as well. So you mean to tell me you nor the jeweler knew this was a fake watch?
You know, and this is one of the reasons why I don't buy bags, these big designer bags, and no knock to anybody that does. But it's no exclusivity because no one knows what's real and what's fake. So I could really be paying hundreds, thousands of dollars.
$400,000 to be exact in this case.
For a
knockoff. For a knockoff that you nor the jeweler selling you the watch knew was a knockoff. And that's a big issue for me. He didn't do his due diligence, honestly, because I feel like if I'm going to make a purchase like that, like if I buy a house, I'm going to inspect the house. I'm not just going to trust a realtor to sell me the perfect house for me. I'm going to inspect the house. I want to go knock on the walls and walk through and see what's going on. Just to pay somebody $400,000 and put the watch on, that's ridiculous to me.
It is, but it just goes to show that people will spend money on anything, even if it's fake, just because of a name or just because of a look. Yeah. And that's, to me, that's exactly what this said. And I'm curious of even where the jeweler got the watch from and how many of you other people walking around with fake stuff and don't even know it.
Wow, shots fired. Fake stuff. Karen Civil. We're going to move on. Karen Civil is under fire, if you guys don't know, for allegedly stealing money and not helping out numerous people in the industry. So Joyner Lucas woke up and he said, I looked at my watch. I got time today. And he started tweeting about how, and I'll make a long story very short, how back when he was trying to kick his career off, he hired Karen Civil as a brand manager for him to try to help him pop and get into the industry and make his way onto the scene. And he paid her his last $60,000. And in return for that $60,000, he got ignored, hung up on, told to stop calling because she was on vacation. She bought some bags. And I was like, that's tough, but sometimes that happens in the industry. Well, apparently this is Karen Civil's thing. She did it to Cameron. Came out back in the day. She had taken advantage of poor young Cameron, and Cameron put her on blast for it, and he was shamed because she was a woman.
Wow.
She also did it to Jason Lee. She robbed Meek Mill. He came out and spoke about what she did to him. And $60,000 was the theme. And this might be controversial, but I'm going to say it. Some women, not all women, pride themselves on getting what they want by any means necessary from a man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hate to go back there, but y'all girl Cardi did.
She did, and it was predatory. It's just as predatory as if a man used his money to get what he wanted from a woman. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Karen Civil might be the new face of the Me Too movement for men.
I'm curious to see. I would like to see if this is going to kick off. I'm really curious to see what you people going to do with this. Are you going to just forgive and forget because she's a woman? Because if it was a man, y'all would be.
Oh, he'd be hung.
Pitchforks and lighters.
He ain't got a chance. And that's what Meek Mill was kind of saying. And Joyner Lucas also alluded to the fact that she's like really big in the industry, and the industry protects her for some reason. And I mean, she may have some connections, but I just want people like Joyner Lucas and upcoming artists to know that brand manager stuff is a bunch of bull. Like you manage your own brand. Like you paying somebody to lie for you. If you gonna get on social media where everybody lie, get on social media and lie for yourself. What?
I'll be a brand manager. Pick me. I'll manage you.
Remember, I don't know if we gonna go back a couple episodes. She was trying to sell y'all some waterfront property in Ohio.
I'm just saying. I think I can do. Won't you give me a chance? Let's see how this go.
It ain't gonna go well at all because it ain't a real thing. You just get on your social media and post. That's what you do.
But sometimes you gotta put like carefully curated photos.
Now, what would make you pay somebody $60,000 to tell you which carefully curated photos to post?
Oh, you don't gotta pay me $60,000. You can give me $60 a photo. I'll tell you which photo to post for $60.
Moving on.
Okay. Let's talk about the Emmys. Before we get too deep into it, raise your hand if you watch The Crown or if you watch The Queen's Gambit. Because those were the really big winners of the night. Like, The Crown won a whole lot.
What's the Crown?
I don't know. That's why I want them to tell us.
They talking about the Crown Apple? Because if the Crown Apple won awards, they should just throw it away.
I think it's something to do with, like, kings and queens or something.
All right.
But
Juries.
It won a whole lot. So, I like to see what the people's talking about, and then I go back and watch it. And The Queen's Gambit.
I heard The Queen's Gambit was really amazing.
And I like the girl that played. I was trying to scroll and find her name.
She's trying to do her research now.
I was.
At the last minute.
I'm trying
while
to
we record.
I'm trying to find her name. And I'm probably not going to say it because I know I'm going to mess it up and get Tom. But the young lady that plays in that, she plays in some other movies too. Like she was in one of the mutant movies and stuff. I like her. But Hamilton. Oh, Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton.
My name is Alexander Hamilton.
I love that play, if you don't know. That's my joint.
We quoted a lot, actually, on this show. Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race was the winner.
Drag Race?
Drag
Race.
Racing? Yeah, it was.
Oh, wait, that's still on the air?
It is still on the air.
Who still watches that?
And Debbie Allen received the 2021 Governor's Award, which was super dope.
Salute. Mm-hmm. Icon.
And I know you got an Emmy winner you want to talk about.
Michaela Cole. You heard me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
write the tale that scares you, that makes you feel uncertain, that isn't comfortable. I dare you. In a world that entices us to browse through the lives of others to help us better determine how we feel about ourselves, and to, in turn, feel the need to be constantly visible. For visibility these days seems to somehow equate to success. Do not be afraid to disappear from it, from us, for a while, and see what comes to you in the silence. Thank you to Casey Bloys, Amy Gravitz, Piers Wenger, and Various Artists Limited for 2 of the best years of my life. I dedicate this story to every single survivor of sexual assault. Thank you.
Listen. Individuality is winning. I got introduced to Michaela Cole from Netflix Chewing Gum. The weirdest, most entertaining, confusing series I've ever watched in my life. And from that moment on, I was hooked. Mm-hmm. So when I saw I May Destroy You, I saw one trailer. The trailer was the most vague thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I was like, I'm buying HBO. I'm paying for HBO to watch I May Destroy You. And it was so worth it. I refuse to spoil it because now I know everybody's going to go back and watch it because she won. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to celebrate. You know, you see the meme. She turned down $1 million from Netflix because they wouldn't give her the rights to her writing. And I get it. Go watch it. For whatever reason you watch it, you will not be disappointed. She is a weirdo, but she tells an amazing story. The weirdos are winning right now.
They are. And I have to give it up to the weirdos. I'm a weirdo myself.
I am as well.
And so it's our season.
But you will not be disappointed. It's heavy content. And I feel like, and that's what makes her such an amazing writer to me. She manages to cover super duper heavy content in a way that makes you both uncomfortable and intrigued.
Yeah, and she's got such a sarcastic,
Yes.
witty, and then her accent.
Hey, bruv.
Like, I so
love
dig
it.
her. Like, she's one of them people that I would hang out with.
Yeah, I love
really
it.
like her.
Now, if you watch I May Destroy You, you probably wouldn't hang out with her because she, oof. She went hard in that show. That was, so listen, I May Destroy You. I'll plug it. It's not, I ain't getting paid for this. It ain't a sponsored thing. I May Destroy You was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So, Anthony.
Yo.
What do you have for us today?
So I ride down the street now, and certain corners I get uncomfortable. And not uncomfortable because I feel like something bad is going to happen, but uncomfortable because the squeegee men, because it ain't boys no more, it's squeegee men. They attack your car, they surround you, and they're asking, but they're telling at the same time. And I don't have a problem saying no. And most of the time, they be like, all right, good, have a good day, I'm cool with that. But I feel sorry for the people that are intimidated by them. I feel like at this juncture, squeegee men are, they should be outlawed. The squeegee boys were cool because you kind of want to give to them just because they're little kids. The squeegee men, not so much. But I happened to be in the car with the person whose name I will not say here. And I said out loud because I can share all my thoughts, all the ugly, the dirty, the whatever, the stuff that can get you canceled with her, and we can have a discussion and just move on, and it never makes it to the episode. But this had to make it because of her response. I'm in the car and I said, I understand. I completely understand. I want to say this. I completely understand they could be out here doing something so much worse. They could be selling drugs. They could be knocking people over the head. I get it. But there are so many places that's hiring right now that you could also be out here working. And my lovely co-host proceeded to say, and I'm reading it. I'm going to read it verbatim because I started typing it as soon as she said, it's re-up time. And I think they are putting together to buy a brick.
Listen. It makes sense. Like, what are you out here so desperately washing windows for? Explain that to me.
It's re-up time.
Listen, they might be trying to get off, like the waters ain't work, so we need to move some dough, is all I'm going to say.
So, squeegee men, everybody's hiring. I think if you're over the age of, I'm not even going to give you 16. You're over the age of 14, no more squeegees, no more waters, no more sodas. Go work at one of these places that's paying $15 an hour.
Amazon. I don't understand why they don't go to Amazon.
Because they intimidate people.
Like,
I feel bad for the...
We watched.
Yeah.
And they, like, we were pulling up to the corner, and I was like, oh. And so they all came out, and it was like 5 of them. So they all come out, and they start working their row. So before they got to us, somebody was like, doo-doo. And they like swarmed his car. Like all of them everybody took a window. And I'm like, oh my God. And then you would think, okay, you tip one and that's it. Oh, no. Then they all swarmed his window to get some money. And then they was looking like, well, where mine at? And see, that's the problem that I have. Mm-hmm. I'm not walking around with cash, number one. And then one of them told me one time, oh, you can cash app.
Cash app. I got that one too. I got that too.
Listen. Amazon. The end.
Nakia.
There's a new trend that has started on social media where I now have to get off the social media. Like I have to limit my time, and it makes me a little frustrated because I love perusing the lovely timelines on Instagram and Facebook. But now you people have started this trend, and it started with a quaint little show, and it was called Clickbait. Oh. And you all wanted to post, oh my God, you won't guess this. Oh my God, it was this person. Oh my God, it was... Why? Why are y'all spoiling it for the rest of us? If you saw it, just say, go watch Clickbait.
That's it.
I recommend clickbait. No, oh my God, I ain't seen that coming. And then I gotta hurry up and scroll because then sometimes Facebook give you a little preview of the comment section. It was the nerves. It was the oh my God, it was the boogeyman. So I gotta hurry up so y'all don't spoil it. Why are y'all spoiling shows? Why? Just say go watch.
Yeah.
And if you agree, say yep. But don't stop. Please, people. Please don't spoil it. But I do want to plug one little show, though. If you liked clickbait, you should go and watch a movie called The Lie. The Lie was also a twisty-turny kind of movie where two friends went out into the wintertime. They were with one of the girl's fathers, and then one girl goes missing, and you're trying to figure out what happened. That was also very good. So
when did we watch The Lie?
We watched The Lie when Amazon came out with those movies. I want to say it was around Halloween time last year because we were on lockdown or we were in quarantine when it happened. And it was The Lie. It was the other movie. The Box.
I don't remember The Lie, though.
I'll tell you about it after the show.
That means she watched it without me.
No, you watched it because don't
tell me. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So please don't spoil shows. Just say, go watch The Lie. The end.
This is a great episode.
It was.
She said like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Great new content coming soon. So hang in there with us. We building something over here. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm Ant.
And I need someone to love me.
And thanks for stopping by to talk some ish with us today. Peace.
'Cause it don't feel right when it's late at night and it's just me and my dreams. I need someone to love me. That's what I want.
Bye, y'all. I'm waiting for her to say bye so I can stop recording.
I need
Love y'all. Bye.